If this is the first time you've listened to our tapes, be sure and hit the subscribe button and the bell symbol so that you get the notice when it comes up first. Every week we're going to put a video on just for you, and this will help you build on your success and your beliefs. All right, so I want to, you mentioned about fear. I want to add a little bit more. For the men, we all have fears, but fear is a particular challenge for men because we don't want to look weak, right? We have this macho thing that we don't want to feel like we are not able to cope with life and the changes of life. We think that, why is it that, Dad was so stable or Uncle Joe was whatever, and we seem to be having these fears of failure, these fears in our relationship, or there's not able to cope fears. That's absolutely natural. But we use these fears and insecurities fuel our progress further. What I like to do, sometimes I get this, I look at my uncle, I call him like my uncle. When this Uncle Doubt comes along, Uncle Doubtall, he's got you just imagine this guy, right? He's a guy with the scruffy grey hair and he's got one or two teeth missing, and he sits here next to me, and whenever I'm going to do something new or I've been doing it for a while and I'm just not getting anywhere, Uncle Doubtall will sit here and say, you're not capable, boy. You aren't smart enough. You're not tall enough. You're the wrong skin colour. And you really failed at school, or you're just not good enough. So Uncle Doubtall gives me tons of doubt, right? He gives it to me in the face. If I break through, if I win and I get success, and I turn around to Uncle Doubtall, he'll say, "You know what, son? I knew you could do it. Never doubted you." So this guy here isn't going to help you, right? But if you have any doubts come and your fears come, just turn around to Uncle Doubtall and say, "I'll show you. I'll show you again." All right? So I often use that little trick. When I have the fears come in my ears, I say, "It's not me. It's really this guy that's giving me the noise," right? So then I can know that he's my best fan if I just get through. He's the first one to pour a beer and say, "I knew you could do it. I always knew you could do it. And I know you can do it." So that's just a little trick. We all get fear. Use the fear to fuel yourself going forwards.
Yeah, looking for greener pastures, I step out of my comfort zone and I have experienced that same fear myself.
Yeah, it's normal.
I wonder, am I doing the right thing? I don't see any results yet. Should I go back to what I was doing? Should I work harder?
Yeah,
it creeps up on you. That fear creeps up on you.
Yeah, it's poisonous, right? It's poisonous, and really there's two things going on here. The first one is that you're moving out of your old self. You're going through a growth phase, and that's your old habits and subconscious saying, "Hey," it's just an alarm that just says, "Hey, you're doing something different that you weren't doing this yesterday," and comfort it was comfortable over there. Forgetting that it was painful, by the way. So doing something new always triggers that. But then, it does take time. The law of gestation means that we have to put the seeds in the ground, and we need time for them to get warm in the sunshine and pull the weeds and water that before the crops start to grow. And that takes time. So be a farmer. Allow time for gestation. As soon as you turn away from your field and start thinking, "You know what, I'll leave that field and I'll go back to the old safe, painful thing," the weeds grow, and they grow over the top of your good work. So, what I like to tell people is, if you make a decision, there is nothing else to do about that, right? You've made a decision. Give yourself a 2-year plan. This is what you're going to achieve in the 2 years. Go after it for 2 years like you cannot fail. And at the end of that 2 years, if you're still going forward and you're not in a world of pain, give it another 2 years, right? You've survived to then, and there's hope, right? There's still hope. Where there's life, there's hope. So, but if you've reached the end of that 2 years and you're a complete and utter failure, or then maybe you need to change something. But keep your mind and your heart open, because opportunity that you're looking for is looking for you. It might be that you just can't see it because of your old thinking, your old blinkers are not letting the good stuff come in. So if you can open your mind and your heart and believe and keep marching like you cannot fail, then you're gonna get it. You're gonna win in the end. And you'll forget about all this anxiety later on. Don't worry about it. It'll pass. It'll pass. Yeah, don't worry about it. Build action. Take the action. Go ahead and get it.